almost everybody in this audience is studying something that will be irrelevant because of artificial intelligence. Do you think at this school, every single course and every degree is really prepared for the AI revolution that is coming next?
Charlie Kirk takes on the idea that college isn't a scam. The student argues college offers resources and higher income, but Charlie Kirk isn't buying it. Charlie Kirk points out forced classes, rising debt, false promises, and how most degrees won't survive the rise of AI. Charlie Kirk uses logic, real-world data, and tough questions to expose what he sees as a broken system. From start to finish, Charlie Kirk controls the conversation with sharp comebacks and straight-up truth bombs.
Thank you.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, everyone. How are you? So, today, I'll be honest. Yeah. Good to meet you. I'm not a very political person. I'm here for the love of the game only, and I want to see your views, So my topic of discussion is going to be that college is not a scam. And please hear me out till the end before I ask my question, so it kind of makes sense. So I understand everything you say. You said college is a scam, and the issue is because there's a lot of student loans, there's people who drop out of college every year, there's a lot of people who can't find jobs, government's funding it, and why should taxpayers pay for it, right? I understand. It's a concern. It's valid. But at the same time, scam means fraud, and fraud is not what college is, because colleges don't promise guaranteed success. Colleges promise access to resources, which they do deliver. And it's up to the people to actually be accountable and use those resources correctly. But what happens a lot of times is that a lot of people don't use it correctly and fail. I do agree that there needs to be reforms. I think especially the funding of colleges should be reformed, how the government funds may be limited, maybe more structured and with more oversight. But at the end of the day, colleges do provide a lot of value to the society. And also, people who do go to colleges, on average, statistically, earn higher income on average, have half the unemployment rate, and they have more opportunities. So my question to you is, are you denying the data?
Okay, so let's define a scam. What is a scam?
Well, I just defined it. Fraud, right?
Yes. So would you agree in a scam, you force a customer to buy something against their will?
Here's the thing.
Yes or no? I let you talk. Yes or no?
Yes, but here...
Okay, how many of you have to take classes against your will that are waste your time? Look around.
Hold on.
Look around.
But here's...
I let you talk. Look around.
Charlie, I'll be honest.
You haven't looked around yet.
I've taken classes myself.
Every hand is up. Hold on. You just agreed a scam would make people buy something against their will, and every hand went up in the audience saying they have to take classes against their will. You just now agreed, using Aristotelian logic, that that's a scam.
Hold on. Don't people choose to go to college?
Not always. That's a very... Well, of course, they have the agency.
People have the right to go to college.
A lot are pressured by parents. Time out. Of course, they have the agency to do that. But there's a cultural expectation to get that piece of paper. Secondly, to your point about earning more money, do you know half of the kids in this audience, if they get a job, they'll get a job that does not require a college degree?
I've actually fact-checked your data.
It's from the Department of Education.
Okay, yeah, that's true. The reality is that's true only for entry-level roles. Later in the career, that's not the case. Average college graduate earns 80% higher income compared to high school graduate.
If they graduate.
Median...
See, that's a deceiving statistic. I wrote a whole book on this. It's very deceiving. Let me tell you why. Because you're taking the top income earners of doctors and lawyers and engineers, and it brings the average up even more.
Let's look
when
at the
in
median.
reality, no, you look at people who study the humanities. You have a big humanities school at UC Riverside. They will, on average, earn maybe $50,000 or $60,000 a year. Secondly,
even liberal arts graduates earn $15,000 to $40,000 more than high school graduates.
Incorrect. That's old data.
That's correct.
How many here?
That's correct.
How many people here would be thrilled earning $70,000 a year right now?
That's higher than the average.
Wrong. According to the Wall Street Journal, hundreds of thousands of high school juniors getting $70,000 a year job offers for not going to college to become plumbers, welders, and electricians. They don't have to go to college. They don't have to get student loan debt. I let you talk. Let me talk. So they don't have to go into debt. They don't have to get any degree. I'm sure almost everyone in this audience would be like, boy, I would kill to earn 70 grand a year. And yet how many people in this audience were told a fair hearing, hey, you don't need to go to four-year college. You could earn 70 grand as a high school junior to become a welder.
Hold on, Charlie.
That is not a truth.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that on average, the college graduates earn about 30% higher than trade school graduates. And again, I agree. There's alternatives. College is not for everyone. I totally agree with you. People could go to trade school. They could start a business. But everything comes with risk. We got to look at what is college promising the students. College is promising access to resources, and it provides it.
Incorrect. Colleges implicitly and explicitly through their website and their promotional material tell parents that if you come here, you will have a better life. Instead, that is the sales pitch. I guarantee you, if someone
Please
goes...
show me one website. I've looked all over the place. I haven't seen a single university that guarantees
hold
success
on.
or happiness.
Hold on a second.
They promise resources.
I just said implicitly and explicitly. Almost every single college has on their website, preparing leaders for a better tomorrow, preparing leaders for an ever-changing world. And if you go through that, they have all these deceiving statistics that if you come to this college for 4 years, allow me to finish talking, okay? Again, for 4 years, yep, someone, we're going to keep going, don't stare. We tried to warn about that. Get them some water, too. Yeah, and you get a signed hat. Don't faint just for the signed hat. Of course, I acknowledge that some college graduates do better. That window is increasingly closing. Now, let me ask you another argument that you might not be prepared for. Almost everybody in this audience is studying something that will be irrelevant because of artificial intelligence. Do you think at this school, every single course and every degree is really prepared for the AI revolution that is coming next?
Now, let me ask you a question.
You have to answer mine.
What are your alternatives?
Oh, I have plenty. So
Yeah.
actually, there's 11 million job openings right now that pay you more than $75,000 a year that don't require a college degree. Right now.
But did you know that
11 million.
95%, over 95% of U.S. employers still require a college degree for mid to high roles? And about 40%
I understand
require
that. That's
just
actually,
to get in.
Again, you didn't even answer my question. You're dodging it. But that number's coming down. Secondly, 11 million jobs that pay more than $75,000 a year that don't require a college degree. My alternative also is this. If you want to get something specialized, of course go to college. The vast majority of kids that go to college are studying the humanities, soft social sciences, psychology, or communications. They're not studying to become engineers or doctors or nurses, all of which I totally understand. And what you're basically saying, your argument, which is true but it's fraudulent, come here to get a piece of paper because once you get the piece of paper, then you'll get a job.
That's not true. No one is promising that. College promises access to resources. Access to preparation to leadership doesn't mean guarantee.
Again,
it only gives access. You are the one responsible. I think it should be merit-based and people should take accountability for their actions. If they come to college and be lazy, don't take classes, they are going to achieve nothing.
Do they have job preparedness at this school?
Yes, there's a career guidance center. I went to it.
Hold on, wait, they have a whole center about career preparedness? So they're selling career preparedness.
Yes, and you gotta go and access it yourself.
You're just making my point. Wait, hold on. So they're selling.
Time
out. You keep interrupting me, man. Again, do they teach you to interrupt in college this much? It's like you gotta let the other person talk, okay?
Let me be honest. I respect you, but no one interrupts more than you.
At career preparedness centers are implicitly and explicitly telling you you're getting something of value. And again, half the people in this audience, if they get a job, they'll get a job that doesn't require a college degree. They'll be burdened with debt. It's 4 years of wasted time, talent, and treasure. And finally, and most importantly, almost every one of your careers will be rendered obsolete by AI in the next 10 years.
Hold on. Are you denying the data that $1.2 million higher earnings in median for college graduates?
I've already explained that.
That's not the mean. You were talking about the average. What about the median?
I've already explained it's not degree specific. Also, one other stat. Do you know that 4 out of 10 kids that go to college do not graduate?
Charlie Kirk drops that 40% stat, and the student shrugs it off, but that's huge. Charlie Kirk is showing how risky and overpriced college really is.
4 out of 10 kids that go to college do not graduate.
That's not true.
It is. 59% is the national graduation rate. Okay, again, I can't have a conversation if you deal in different, factual reality.
I'm just trying to say the same degree. If you're talking about dropout rates, I totally agree with you. There is a lot of people dropping out. That's an issue. We should find ways to fix that.
So, yeah, this debate got heated real quick, but Charlie Kirk wasn't playing games. From breaking down what a scam actually is to questioning the real return on investment in college, and finally throwing down the AI argument, Charlie Kirk made it clear he's not just shouting opinions. He's backing it with facts, logic, and a serious reality check. The student held his ground in part, sure, but Charlie Kirk walked away from this one with the mic drop. Anyways, thanks again for watching this debate with Charlie Kirk. Take care.